Hey everybody, it's Dr. Johnny. I want to answer the question today, what can we do to boost our immunity? The real question underneath that is, what can we do to prevent ourselves from getting sick from the coronavirus? Let's remember, we now know with fair certainty that there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have been exposed to this, walking around with the antibodies and are not sick. So the question becomes, what makes some people sick from this and not others? And the only answer I have to give you is, all we can do is strengthen ourselves, right? I'll give you a great example. In tennis, a professional tennis player is going to play an opponent that they have never seen before. And they don't know what their strengths are and what their weapons are and what they have an amazing cross-court forehand, or they have an unbelievable overhead. We don't know, right? You're a pro tennis player. How do you prepare for that match? And let's even assume that that match is one of the most important matches of your life. What do? There's only one thing you can do. Become a better tennis player. Be prepared for whatever this unseen opponent is going to throw on you. So you have great ground strokes, great backhands, great overheads, great backhand volley. Why? Because you don't know what's going to be thrown at you, so you want to have all your weapons in top working order. And it is exactly the same thing with the coronavirus. We got an unknown enemy. You got an unknown opponent. What do? You do with what you have to work with, which is your body and your immunity system. So here's my 6 top supplements for immunity. Actually, even if you just listen to the first 4, you'll be in better shape than most people. And the other 2 are kind of special extra ones if you really want to fortify with the platinum version of this supplement program. So the 4 supplements that are absolutely essential for your immune system to be functioning well and properly and at optimal levels is, start with vitamin D. Nothing works without vitamin D. Vitamin D is like the basic balancer for the immune system. It keeps it from running too hot, because if you have too active an immune system, you get autoimmune disease, right? And if you have a sluggish immune system, you get sick. So vitamin D, there are receptors for vitamin D all throughout the immune system. It modulates its activity, keeps it in the zone. You gotta be vitamin D sufficient, and most of us are not. So I would recommend start right away with vitamin D supplements. Hard to give you the exact dose. We do it in clinical practice by doing a blood test, an OH25 blood test for vitamin D3 in the blood. We like to see it around 50 to 80 is really optimal. So we'll supplement with whatever it takes to get there. For most people who don't know their levels, I would say start with a minimum of 2,000, and I would prefer 5,000 IUs a day, and that's vitamin D3. Second of the killer 4, vitamin C. I'm only starting to see discussions online from reputable people who are saying, why are we not talking about the fighting power of vitamin C? It's one of our best weapons, and you can't really OD from it. I've mentioned that before in videos. They used to prescribe vitamin D intravenously with the prescription, give to bowel tolerance. All it means is, you're fine unless you get a little bit of diarrhea. Cut back a little. You can't OD on this stuff. You got to saturate your tissues with vitamin C, because in so many ways it actually modifies the activity of different cells and different processes in the immune system, such as phagocytitis, which is where the cells surround an invader. So it makes those things go faster and more effectively. So vitamin C, vitamin C, vitamin C. Number 3, zinc. You want about 30 milligrams of zinc during this time. It's a very basic prescription. Many of you may even have that in your multiple. If you don't, add a supplementary zinc to your multiple. If you're not taking a multiple, then I'd look for 30 milligrams at this time. Usually the recommended dosage is about 15 to 30. I'd err on the higher side. I wouldn't go much higher than 50 a day, but you definitely need to fortify with zinc. That makes the immune system work almost as well as vitamin C does. They work very well together. The 4th supplement in my killer 4, my awesome foursome, is NAC. It stands for N-acetylcysteine. And N-acetylcysteine is a very powerful antioxidant on its own. But what it really does is it supercharges your body's ability to make an antioxidant that's very hard to get from supplementation. It's called glutathione. There are glutathione supplements, but they're iffy. Some work, some don't. NAC makes the body make more of glutathione. And just about every one of them involves inflammation and involves oxidative damage. So you need your antioxidant and your anti-inflammatory powers to be at their height. So we need antioxidants. NAC is one, glutathione is a powerful one, but even more important than just being an antioxidant, NAC has a particular affinity for the upper respiratory system. So it's an antioxidant that kind of favors the lungs and that area of the body and kind of really does its best work there. So it's something I think is very important during this time. I like 600 to 900 milligrams a day of NAC, and those are my awesome foursome. Now, the two that I would supplement those four with, if I were doing like the platinum program of immune defense, would be olive leaf extract, sometimes sold as olive leaf complex, but if you Google it, it's really olive leaf extract, and that's the extracts from all the olive leaves and all the olive polyphenols that you get in olive oil. Those are so anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, and they're just wonderfully effective. The ones that come from olives are wonderfully effective against a whole host of microbes. Do we know it's effective against coronavirus? Hell no, nobody does. But we do know it's effective against an awful lot of similar or other microbes in these classes, and it's reasonable to assume it might have a good effect on any other virus as well. And finally, my last one is sambucol, which is elderberry extract. A lot of you are taking elderberry extract, and that's a great thing because it's a very powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, which also in research has been shown to cut the number of days that people are ill from the standard flu. Will it do the same for coronavirus? Who knows? It's a powerful antioxidant. It has had very good effects against other kinds of challenges in this category. There's a good reason to think it would be a good thing to add to your regimen. So those are my top 6. But maybe the most important thing you can do for your immunity, and I hope you guys take this seriously, is to relax. Your immune system is highly sensitive to your thoughts, your feelings, anxiety, terror. All these things depress immunity massively. So don't ignore the tension and the anxiety and the nervousness and the worry that we're all struggling with so much. You've got to find a way to manage that. You do not need to listen to CNN 24 hours a day. You're going to know everything you need to know. You got the basics. Stay indoors, wash your hands, don't touch your face, keep social distance, and keep the news off. Nothing new is happening that you need to know about on a day-to-day basis that you can't get from a 5-minute check-in. The rest of it is just making you crazy, and don't think for a minute that all of that crazy making isn't having a profound effect on the very thing you want to strengthen, which is your immune system. Your immune system can be strengthened physically with the supplements I just mentioned, like vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, NAC, olive leaf extract, and sambucol. And it can also be strengthened by strengthening the rest of you, not just your body, but the part that thinks and the part that feels and the part that worries, and finding a way to manage that stress, because it's very destructive not only to your overall health, but specifically to your immunity. So take care of your mind while you're taking care of your social distancing. This is Dr. Jonny, and I'll see you next video.